Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at the Mistborn adventure game. This is going to be a supplemental expansion for the Alloy of Law Masks of the Past. This is going to require that you have definitely the base RPG Mistborn adventure game, and you should have the Mistborn adventure game Alloy of Law before you get this. This is going to contain a ton of spoilers, not only for the first series, but the second series of books. So it's recommended that you get caught up with the first series, finish it up, and get caught up with the second series, because at the time of this recording, and at the time of publishing this book, the second series is not done yet. So let's go ahead down to the table here. I'll show you a little bit of what comes with this book, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Mistborn adventure game, Alloy of Law, Masks of the Past, published by Crafty Games. Now, this one here, you should have first both the base RPG book and this Alloy of Law Mistborn adventure game before you get this book. This book is pretty much expands on the Alloy of Law, the other book I just showed you, and gives you more into the Faceless Immortals and some more of the secrets that are in the Mistborn universe for the second series. So this second series occurs 300 years after the first series. There is a ton of spoilers in this, so we'll be pretty careful. But basically, well, if you haven't read the first series, you shouldn't be looking at these books. If you're interested in reading the series, after that, you can look through here, but you should probably read some of the Wax and Wayne second series in here. Basically, know as a change that the magic system changed. There was harmony was created from ruin and preservation. So the new shard, the combined shard, changed how the magic system works slightly. The full Mistborns don't really exist anymore. You're going to have Mistings, which are going to have one Allomancy power, basically, and you have Twinborns that can have two. And Furikemi can be mixed with Allomancy powers, so you can have basically super bonuses. Also, Elendel is basically the region that was created after the first series. This didn't exist when the planet was put back in its proper alignment. This is basically a gift in an area that will have growth in it and food and everything they ever need, and so a huge city was built here. Masks of the Past, you're basically going to get a lot more about the Faceless Immortals, which is going to be the Kendra, and those are going to be basically shapeshifters. And this is going to allow people to understand them a little bit better in this era and play them better. So if you want to play Kendra, this is going to be a really good book for you to pick up. They don't have contracts anymore per se. Basically, their contract is with Harmony and not with individual people, so they're a little bit more free. There's some restrictions to Kendra. Basically, they can only shapeshift if they have the bones of the person they're shapeshifting into. So a lot of them carry around bones, or they have their own bones that they made to make their perfect structures and stuff. There's the Demolished People here. So a lot about into the Terrace Enclaves. So basically a lot more in depth into basically the world of the second series. So if you've played a couple campaigns and you want to get some new stuff in, the new Saren, you're probably going to want to pick up this book. Some more new types of guns that showed, allomatic laws, it gets into some of the laws, the economy of the big city, new character options. You can do new achievements and stuff in here, which is really cool. More different weapons that you can use and how they're going to function. And yeah, haze killers, which are and Malwish technology. So stuff further in the books where they develop new stuff to deal with allomancy or use allomancy to their advantage is in here. Heroes of the World Reforged, so a couple more people. It's going to show off basically if you want to run into them. in your campaign. This gives you the templates for them, and so on. So this, basically, to recap, this is going to get more into the series of the second series, further into the books. You don't want to read this necessarily unless you've read some of the second series, preferably all of it. Well, you can't read all of it. The fifth book comes out soon, but basically get caught up. Talks about the Pits of Hathon, which I don't believe the first book did for the second series. So I don't think Alloy Alloy did, but it is an area that still exists after the world was created. So yeah, that's basically going to be the supplemental book. Gives you more, it's more on guilds, gives you more about the world in the second series. So basically that Wax and Wane series. And a lot more on the Faceless Immortals. So let's go ahead back up to the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts on the Mistborn Alloy of Law, Masks of the Past supplemental campaign. So I really like the Mistborn Adventure RPG. It is really, really good. Crafty Games did a great job creating an RPG on the wonderful world of Brandon Sanderson for the Mistborn series. This definitely gets into more of a lot of the Faceless Immortals, so the Kandra, and more of the other factions that come later in the book series for the second series. This will add a lot more depth and a lot more nuance to your Mistborn RPG Alloy of Law campaigns. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it if you're definitely going to be playing any Kandra in the second series of books. Also, if you do like for the second series of the RPG, so the Alloy of Law, it's just a great, great, great supplement to that. So if you like that, I highly recommend picking this up. You already love it, might as well get it. Adds more to your campaigns, adds more depth to your characters, adds more depth to the world. If you like the Mistborn series at all and you like reading the books, this is a really, really, really great like compendium to the series. So I highly recommend it, even if you're not playing the RPG, to pick this up and expand your knowledge of the Mistborn world itself. This is a really, really good supplement. Again, if you're going to do that, or at least read I think you probably should definitely read the first series. You probably should read the first 3 books of the second series. And that is my thoughts on this Mistborn RPG Alloy Law Masks of the Past supplement for Alloy Law and the Mistborn RPG. Thank you for watching.